Blessings, beautiful souls. Melanie Beckler here with our energy update for the February full moon. We're going to look at 5 things you need to know, and then we'll draw a card for clarification or confirmation. So diving right in, the first thing to know about this particular full moon is that it is the last normal full moon before we enter into the eclipse cycle and the transformative, shaking, catalyzing energy that eclipses bring. So this February full moon is also the full moon that's happening in the northern hemisphere at this period of in-betweenness, in between winter and spring. It's often called the snow full moon because you might see snow around this time, or depending on where you are, you may really begin to see the tangible awakening of the earth and this initiation into the growth and new cycle that the spring will bring. And the thing is, regardless of what the weather's doing where you are, the energy in the earth is shifting. And northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, this is a powerful time to get into action. As we're in between seasons, it's a good time to close out things that you've been working on, to cut the ties to these projects or ideas or processes so that in the new season, and really in the eclipse cycle, you can just welcome the transformation and allow it to carry you into a new place. So around this full moon, it's a good time to wrap things up, clear out old clutter, let go of things that are no longer serving you, bring things to a place of completion. Full moons are powerful times of completion, of manifestation, of culmination. So what can you bring to completion in your life that doing so creates space and opening in your field for new growth, transformation, new ideas to come in? I'm really feeling this in my own life right now in a big way. I have a big trip coming up to a sacred site, and I just intuitively know that on the other side of that, I'm going to be in a totally different place. So I don't want to have to loop back to wrap up projects that I'm working on from this state of consciousness now. So even if you don't have a big trip coming up, the eclipse cycle is going to be a powerfully transformative journey where we'll all be different on the other side. So really, what can you close the chapter on, release and let go of, bring to a state of completion, again, to create this space and opening and newness in your field for what's just now beginning to appear on the horizon, what may not seem possible for you yet, but when you begin to take action and make changes, you change the course of your trajectory to align with that highest timeline where it does become possible for you to bring this influx of blessing, growth, healing, and light into your life. So this ties right into the second thing to know about this full moon energy. There is a really big, profound potential for healing on every level of your being. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, the doors for healing are open. And it really feels to me like there's this potential to take action and to invite in new healing energy to areas that you've maybe been aware of having some blockages, but it's just kind of been there. And there hasn't been action, or there hasn't been that clear intuition or inspiration of who you could work with or who you could reach out to build your team of allies to accelerate in this journey of healing. Again, I just have this perception of a trajectory shift. So at this point of culmination, of high energy on the spiritual plane, you can really realign your trajectory with where you're consciously choosing to head, not where the old programs and old patterns of the old paradigm have been leading you up until this point in time. Centering, becoming present, grounding your energy, getting clear, connecting to your soul, wisdom, impulse, intuition about what your life is really about, what this year is really about for you, and then take those action steps. And so in terms of healing, if there's physical ailments you're dealing with, yes, address the physical symptoms, but there's also this opportunity to address the root cause, to address the imbalance in your life, in your emotional field, to clear and transform the old patterns, old paradigm perspectives, to really come into being centered, coherent in love, and open for the force of life to co-create the healing, the blessing, the revitalization that you desire in your life. That doesn't happen independently of you. It happens with and through you. As you take action, new ideas emerge. As you act on that, new possibilities show up. So listen, trust, act, and take the steps, knowing that you can shift your course and invite this new wave of healing, love, and light into your life. The third thing to know about the time around this full moon is that while there's this impulse for healing, for realigning with soul, for living in greater love and coherence and embodying truth, simultaneously in the collective, there's this chaotic, overwhelming, uncertain energy that is spiraling. And this was one of the clearest messages I got for this energy update, is that it's so important to stay grounded, to physically ground your energy by being out in nature if you can. I know that if you're somewhere wintry, that might be harder, but it's so important to connect with the natural world that is in a state of coherence and is a powerful healing ally for you to return into that state of coherent love and divine presence. But equally important is energetically grounding your energy, which there are many ways to do this, one of which is just visualizing roots flowing down from your root chakra down into the earth, grounding your energy to the awakened earth and becoming fully present in this moment now. So as humans, it's so natural to spiral in thought, to hear about something that's happening in the world, in the greater collective consciousness, and kind of spiral in that, which can be very disorienting to your energetic field. And the message from Spirit is center, ground, remember your link through your heart, through your crown, to the light of the infinite, the love of Source, the intuitive knowingness for the action steps you can take now that will serve in creating the change you wish to see in the world, through being the change you wish to see, through embodying love and truth and presence, holding the field of love amidst whatever uncertainty, chaotic energy continues to be perpetuated as we are in this time of transition between paradigms, between the old and the new. And a message that one of my teachers shared recently that's just ringing in my head loud and clear now is to release judgment of yourself and others, that this is so profound for opening to all that's available to you. Because when you judge, that judgment acts like a cement that locks in the older patterns, that locks in the old paradigm. So when you recognize that you're judging, rather than judging yourself for judging, allow that judgment to rise to the surface of your awareness and very consciously welcome it, embrace it, and let it go. Release back to source, into the light, over to the angels. Check out my video on letting go or the Healing Power of Love workshop for more about how to do this. But essentially, releasing judgment from your life, accepting that you are in this transition process, welcoming what arises within you with love, compassion, and forgiveness, empowers you to heal and grow, but also aligns you with this trajectory of who you're becoming. You're in transition from being programmed by the old paradigm to living in alignment with the radiant truth and light of the spiritual being you truly are, who is one with source, one with spiritual substance, one with the divine. And in the messy middle, there's all of these patterns and programs and things to clear out and release that have been inherited from society, from your parents, from the ancestral field. And the more that we're able to welcome whatever it is that's blocking and standing between where we are now and who we know we can become, that vision of being a radiant, embodied being of freedom, love, and light, whatever's standing between that we become aware of, it's a gift to have the awareness, because then we can consciously work with it, transmute, transform, and let go. This ties right into the fourth thing about this particular energy now, and that is there's this opportunity to allow your heart and your mind to unite as one with love, and through this you're able to receive through your heart the guidance, the energy, the love that can clear and transform blockages. The love which opens the door for light to fill you. And there is this immense amount of cosmic light, high frequency from the divine, from source, from our guides, angels, galactic family, ancestors, who are all here for you and have these gifts of frequency, healing, inspiration, knowledge, illumination, that we're able to open, to receive through the heart, through the innocent aspect of the inner child. And in learning to open the heart, I have multiple videos about this, by the way, there may be blockages that arise, because within this realm of duality, being humans, our hearts have been wounded. And we don't want to feel pain. We don't want to feel suffering. And so when we do, that pain and suffering can be suppressed, repressed, pushed down, which blocks the openness of the heart, the ability of the heart to receive the light of the divine that can rise up from the heart into the mind to open you to the knowingness of what's right for you, to the clarity about your next steps, to the intuition, guidance, and very real healing frequency that love brings. So the message is open your heart to love and know that love itself holds the power of transmutation, to transmute dense energy into a form that can serve when we face it, acknowledge it, allow it to rise to the surface, and then release and let go. This allows love to circulate through your field, supporting the healing that's available now and supporting this trajectory alignment with the timeline of where you're headed. So maybe right now you're a little off course and going over here, but through embracing love, staying grounded, staying centered, and opening to all that's available now, you truly can align with the timeline of divine will, with the highest divine possibilities for your life. And I want to talk about number 5, but it's just like leading right into this. So the highest divine possibility for your life, again, isn't something that happens independently of you. It's, unfortunately, because I would like this, not like you can just wave a magic wand and everything in your life harmoniously aligns. Rather, one step at a time, change unfolds. And so around this full moon, there's the opportunity to listen to your heart, to listen to your soul, to listen to your inner guidance, to listen to your body about what is right for you now, about how you can support yourself in shifting just a little bit more towards thriving, living more aligned in your life. So on one hand, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to release? This is a good time to do that, to release things from your life that are no longer serving over to the divine, into the light at this powerful point of culmination. And on the other hand, what do you need to initiate and begin to take the step to make the appointment, to read the book, to do the research? What is it for you? What is your soul, your body? What are your guides encouraging you to do that you've not taken action on? I think so often we know what that next step is. We know at the level of our heart and soul within our energy field. But then there's some blockage or resistance or doubt that creeps up to the surface. And the invitation now is to surrender that resistance, doubt, old paradigm energy over to the divine, to embrace love, to step into action, to take that action step, knowing that when you do, the next will follow, and one step at a time. What is it? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. The shift of trajectory, the acceleration of your spiritual path, of your awakening, of your being an embodied divine being of light, unfolds one step at a time with your very next step. Let's draw a card to see what else do we need to know, or what can you clarify amidst this full moon energy. I feel like this card keeps coming up in our readings here. It's the card of liberation. So the guidance I'm getting for this is that spiritual growth, the spiritual path, is about freeing yourself from the layers of illusion, of old paradigm energy and old blockages that are hiding from view the truth of the radiant, free, divine light being you authentically are. Freeing yourself from the old patterns and perspectives, peeling back the layers of masks you've put on, to live from your heart, to open, to receive the blessings available for you now. For truly, all that you need is available. Open, allow, surrender, let go. Allow spirit to guide you, and then act in alignment with this. One more card. Okay, 2, because this one's sticking out. Trust the inner calling. This circles back to you already know. You already know what your heart is calling you to, but perhaps you need to free yourself from all the layers piled on where you're telling yourself that's not possible, or it's too big, or the journey's too far, you're being unrealistic, whatever it is. Trust the inner calling of your heart and remember, one step at a time, the path appears, the path of growth, the path of blossoming, the path of opening to the divine being you authentically are. And there's so much support from the angels, from nature spirits, from nature, Mother Earth herself, the fragrance of the divine is with you. The love of the divine is with you, but is perhaps a perspective shift away. And there is growth that's required. Of course, that's why we're here, right? To grow, to love, to learn, to remember. So embrace the growth process, knowing that the seeds are already planted. And now it's up to you to nurture yourself, to cultivate the soil within your life, to harmonize your environment, to support yourself in growing into who you deep down, beneath the doubt, beneath the surface, who you remember that you came here to be, to embody soul, to live aligned, to be of service, to hold the field of love, to be a pillar of light for the new paradigm, which begins right here with one step, one choice, one micro choice, one micro moment at a time, choosing love, choosing to return time and time again to centered, grounded presence, open to the intuition, open to the knowingness of what's right for you, and then acting in alignment with this, contrary to what the doubt or resistance or fear may say. So I hope this is helpful for you. Wishing you a blessed full moon. I do have a free full moon ritual guide that would be so supportive right now. Check that out at freefullmoonbook.com. Subscribe, like, do all those things, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.